Taxes was waiting around for your taxes to be done, which led to worrying about not getting any money back. Now Taxes is matching with a TurboTax expert who can do your taxes in a day to get you up to $4,000 fast with a refund advance loan. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax. Get an expert now on TurboTax.com. Expert filing only available with TurboTax Live Full Service. Refund advance has $0 loan fees and 0% APR. Refund advance loans may be issued by First Century Bank, N.A. or WebBank. Terms apply, subject to approval.
You're listening to the Retro Mo Podcast. I'm your host, Mo, and I love to play and review old video games and a few new games too. If you prefer to read instead of listen, check out my written reviews at retromo.substack.com. In this episode, I'll be sharing my experience with The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening DX, which I've scored a 9.5 out of 10, an amazing game. Truly legendary Zelda title for the Game Boy Color. This is a shorter review as there's really not that much for me to share about it, but wow, I loved playing this game again so much. I played this one a lot as a kid, but I never finished it until my recent playthrough. There's a massive nostalgia factor at play here, but this is easily one of my top Zelda games of all time. It's very similar to Link to the Past in some ways, but with a somewhat unique setting and story compared to the rest of the series. There's no Hyrule, no Princess Zelda, for example. Koholint Island just feels like home. I felt that weird, almost homesick feeling after finishing the game, knowing that it was all over. I didn't want to be done exploring this game world. The game is also just chock full of so much charm and whimsy. I was surprised at how many cameos and borrowed enemies from the Mario universe you see in this game. There's even an anti-Kirby enemy. I enjoyed hunting hidden seashells and pieces of heart. The world map has a lot of variety, and honestly, the world map is kind of the main character of this game, similar to Breath of the Wild. The dungeons had some very well designed and sometimes super annoying puzzles. And of course, Ballad of the Windfish is one of the best melodies in the entire Zelda series. And recently I bought an ocarina, a real one, so that I could learn to play Ballad of the Windfish. If you're a Zelda fan, you have got to go back and experience this classic. Thanks for listening to the Retro Mo Podcast. As always, I do my best to keep all of my content spoiler-free and rated E for everyone. If you find this podcast enjoyable or helpful, tell a friend and consider giving a 5-star review on your favorite podcast app. If you have questions or comments, you can send an email to retromopodcast@gmail.com. Thanks for listening. Godspeed.